Cross paw. Yes. Good girl. 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 Cross paw. Yes. Good girl.
Hey friends, welcome back. This is the last little bit of footage that I have from our apartment days. Everything from here on out will be filmed in our new house, and I'm really excited to be back. So we're going to jump right into today's video. So you guys saw in the introductory clip of this video, the lovely Gigi and her owner Ed demonstrating what this video is all about, teaching your dog to cross one paw over the other. Now I have to say I've turned this video more into a follow along with me rather than step-by-step tutorial. There are a lot of different avenues that I took to actually teach this one to Wrigley. It was a harder behavior for her to learn, so I wanted to kind of just show you guys our trials and errors and all of that good stuff as we went through teaching this behavior. So I chose to use an object initially to work with targeting skills to teach this behavior. You guys could use your hand as well and ask for your dogs to target their paw onto your hand. I just chose to use an object. So you can choose whatever is going to be easiest for your dog, and you guys will see kind of as we go through this. So initially I'm clicking and treating Wrigley for offering her paw onto the button here, starting in the stand, and then I'm graduating into the sit, and then you'll see what happens when I gradually start to get that button lower and lower, asking her to lie down. So as soon as I asked her to lie down is where she immediately started to struggle. She's wagging her tail at me, she's licking her lips, she's trying a bunch of different things, she's frustrated. That's a frustrated Wrigley in that moment. So I asked immediately for something I knew she could succeed at again, the sit, and I am starting to offer the button lower, much lower to the ground than I was doing before to try to bridge the gap between the sit and the down. And you can see she's even kind of extended her front legs at this point too. I want to show her, hey, it means the same thing as when you're in the sit as when you're in the down. When I offer this button low, I want you to still continue to reach your paw out and target it. So we tried that for a while, failed for a while. I realized in the down that I needed to kind of give Wrigley an extra step in between, with her understanding that I still want her to offer her paw on the button when she's in the down. She doesn't have to be in the sit for that. So, and it wasn't something that she physically was incapable of. I know she could physically do it. I think it was just this gap that she had, and we're working through it. So I switched over to an in-between step of asking her to target my hand and then putting the button back into play. Honestly, guys, if I were going to do this over again, I don't know why I put the button back into play. I'm going to have to fade it out again eventually, so I don't know why I did that, but I chose to do it, so we're rolling with it. You can see a little bit of confusion there. I am going very specifically for Wrigley offering her right leg to get the final behavior of her crossing that paw over the other one. It has to be very specific. So I'm only clicking and treating her for offering that one particular leg, resetting her if she offers the other one instead. So here, yay, got the button back in play. Again, I just recommend not bringing it back. If you guys are going to use an object, if it's not working, but your hand is, don't bring the object back in. I think it creates too much confusion. But like I said, this is not a step-by-step tutorial. It's taking you through what I did, and this is what I chose to do. So mistakes and all, I think that in-between step was extremely valuable for Wrigley, clearly understanding, and now she is a very good, clear understanding that I want her to hit the button and cross her paw over to do that. So what you guys will start to notice here is I am rewarding for duration of her holding one paw over the other. If she chose to do so, I rewarded heavily for the duration of her doing that. If she didn't, I would still continue to click and treat once for the behavior and then move on to the next repetition. So a major distinction in this video between Gigi and Wrigley in the very end, Ed trained for duration of holding this behavior, what Wrigley's doing right now, holding one paw over the other. Now, in the end of this video, you guys will see that I spun this off into making it more of a fast-paced repetition with her, and I stopped rewarding as much for her holding that position. If you guys want a duration of your dog holding this behavior, you're going to want to only exclusively reward for that and not so much the quick repetitions after your dog starts to really understand this. To increase duration, go for rewarding your dog for holding that paw just half a second longer over a period of time and gradually increasing the duration from there. Yes, you can reward for the occasional quick repetition again, right? Take it slow and steady. Don't constantly make things harder for your dog. However, that's your goal. Whereas here, my goal was kind of just for Wrigley to have fun with this behavior, and I noticed that over time it was a lot more frustrating for her to hold that paw over, and I actually do think that it had something to do with her back as well. Wrigley's got lower back problems. She has some muscle pain in her lower back, and I think actually holding this initially, yes, it's kind of a good stretch for her, but it also was a good stretch for her. So I think that had a lot to do with her struggling to see that duration over a period of time. And again, with me reinforcing those quick repetitions, I think it was a combination of things. So, needless to say, whatever you're going for, have fun with it and know that distinction. Whether you're going for duration, focus on that, or if you're going for quick behavior, focus on that. But doing the two of them together will confuse your dog. And I should have stopped long before this. You guys can see Wrigley licking her lips. She'll switch her tail here in a second. She starts off her other paw. She's not doing the behavior as well. There's so many things that I watch back and of course are super obvious to me watching them back. But in the moment you're like, no, I want to get one more repetition in. Don't do it. If your dog is doing really well, quit while you're ahead before they get a little bit too frustrated. Here I'm adding in the verbal cue and in addition kind of the beginning stages of what I'm going to have my hand signal be to this. Gradually fading out the button. I am now covering my hand over the button. I eventually am going to use my hand to point in that particular direction, and I think, yep, here's now where I switch, and I'm kind of pretending like I'm holding the button initially, and then gradually you're going to see that turn more into a pointing motion and a little bit less dramatic over time. So if you're fading out if you're fading out a prop, this is what I would recommend trying. I found it pretty effective in this particular case with Wrigley. As long as the motion looked similar to her, it was pretty easy to phase out.
Ready? Fine. Nice job. Down.
This session right here is where I really started to build the speed into it. And again, something I didn't completely realize until I watched the footage back and was like, yeah, okay, definitely built speed into this, which is fine. I didn't really have an end goal for this. It was just for fun again. So I love Wrigley's like hesitant little paw trying to figure out like, okay, how do I tap the ground and then I gotta get back for the next repetition. So I'm just having fun watching this as well. That is the end of today's video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, definitely lots of mistakes that I made throughout this process, and I really just wanted to document that and show you guys our struggles and our successes and how I changed directions halfway through. And this is just real training with my dogs. So I liked this finalized behavior. I think it's really cute with Wrigley. I have eventual thoughts to teach her to cross her left paw over her right paw, and we can make it a quick back-to-back paw switch trick. That's kind of the direction that I headed with it. So hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me and kind of nerding out about this stuff too. I love that you guys love this stuff. So I will see you guys soon. I've got a lot of footage kind of in the works, and here's Gigi one more time showing off. She's so perfect. I love her. So congratulations again, Ed, for teaching this behavior so well, and thank you for the feature in here. So I will see you guys soon, and as always, happy training.
Cross paw. Yes, good girl.